Hi, this is Majinoni, and here's my review of The Siege. Now, I have to go kind of quick, because I only have 10 minutes and a lot to cover. And there's going to be lots of spoilers, so if you haven't read your books, stop. I'm going to start with issue number 4. This is the big battle between the heroes and the Void. Now, you have Loki realizing he made a mistake. He tries to atone for his mistake, begs his father for help, and he's able to turn the tide of the battle briefly. Unfortunately, the Void realizes what's going on and kills him. Now, you have a really cool part where Iron Man takes the hammer carrier and drops it on the Void. Beautiful two-page spread. Void's not dead, and Thor finally manages to kill him. Now, this is a beautiful panel. I just wish it was bigger. One thing I thought was kind of ironic is Thor goes up into space and throws the Void, or Robert, Sentry, whatever, into the sun. And I'm thinking, how many times has that happened before with the Sentry? Now, at the very end of the book, you have the return of the Trinity of Thor, Cap, and Iron Man. So, all is right in the universe. Dark Avengers 16. This is the one where we really have been waiting for, because this is where the villains get their due. You have Moonstone getting arrested, you have Norman getting arrested, you have Bullseye arrested, all that nice stuff. Wolverine's son Draken, though, no, he's not arrested. He's smart. He got away. Now, you also have a nice little interaction between Thor and Ares' son. Basically says, don't worry about it, son. Your father died a glorious death. And here's his hat and battle axe. At the very, very end, you have Norman saying, you shouldn't have stopped me. Somebody's going to do something stupid, and there's going to be some big disaster. And I'm the only one who could have stopped it. And who is he arguing with? He's arguing with the Green Goblin side. I really like this page. This is probably my favorite page of the whole book. The Goblin looks totally demonic. The Initiative, I'm not really going to talk too much about this one. It's basically bleh. You have the ending of the Taskmaster, Constrictor, Diamondback storyline. You have the ending of Camp Hammer. The art's okay. Otherwise, it's just it's not really that crucial. You have the Embedded now. This is where the Ned Leeds side of things, and it's actually a really good ending to the whole story. You get to see the battle from Ned Leeds' point of view, and while I don't like the art in this, I thought it was still an interesting perspective. And at the very, very end, you have basically things returning to normal again. You have the people in the streets suddenly look up, and then now the Rainbow Bridge is connected to Avengers Tower, which is like a beacon of light, beacon of hope. New Avengers finale. Don't worry, it's not really the finale. There's going to be more. Anyways, with this one here, you have the Avengers out on the trail for the Hood. Now, Whitney begs her dad, Count Nerfaria, whatever his name is, that he needs to save them. And she says, I got money. And he's like, daughter, you're my daughter. Of course I'm going to help you. Now make sure you leave the money right there. Now, this is a beautiful two-page spread of the disaster that occurred. And the Avengers are out on the trail now of the Hood. They realize, hey, we need some backup, so they make a phone call on the way. Now, it keeps going. The Avengers assemble. They attack. Really good art, good battle sequences, and just when you think you don't know who it is, it's the Wolverines called in. This is a wonderful, wonderful fight between Wolverine and the Count. He just claws him good. I truly wish there was more of this happening. Then you have Miss Marvel with the Count, jacked him up good. Again, beautiful artwork. The bad guys get arrested, and basically the heroes sit around going, what do we do? Now, at the very end, you have, I think, really good two-page retrospect pages as to what's been happening in the storyline. For the most part, I really, really like the art, and I think a lot of these could actually be made into posters. The only page I don't like is this. I hate this art. It's horrible. I wish they didn't include it. At the very end, now you have the sense that everything's kind of put, all the bad is gone. You have a brand new day. You have the heroes without their costumes for the first time in a long time, and everybody smiles, sun shining, birds. This is the issue here, that if you don't know who the Sentry is, don't buy it. If you know who the Sentry is, then buy it. Because this is the funeral issue. Now, ironically, nobody shows up for the funeral, including the priest. Now, you have heroes finally make it their way, and they start talking about what Robert and the Sentry meant to them. And you have the clue that the Sentry's coming back. The robot's like, I've been programmed for this to happen, to do something. If the Sentry doesn't return, now I'm going away and preparing for his arrival. And if you try to follow me or find me, you're an enemy. So, he's coming back. Now, one interesting thing that came out of the story was apparently Rogue was able to touch the Sentry and not absorb his powers or memories. So apparently they had a sexual relationship. They all toast, end of story. Now, overall, I really liked the Siege. I thought there was a lot of good things that came out of it. My only complaint is the Siege was not long enough. Now, I think if you took all of these issues should have been the final issue of the Siege, and then still have everything else. The reason why I'm saying that is because I don't think they were fully able to develop certain key parts to the storyline. For an example, you have Loki. Now, Loki's a character here who, he's the god of mischief, he's playing around, he's trying to do things that he thinks is good, things go too far, he realizes he makes a tremendous mistake, and he tries to improve, he tries to fix things. That was a critical moment in time where he realized he screwed up, and he tried to make amends. I think they could have devoted more pages, more storyline to that regret, that trying to redeem himself. Maybe even have him look to Thor, saying, "Thor, look, I screwed up," and then Thor going, "Look, you're my brother. Let's fight. We'll settle this. We'll get through this." And then having him taken away, then seeing Thor's reaction to it, then escalating the battle between Thor and the Void. That would have been a much more powerful storyline. I thought that with the Dark Avengers tournament, I really wanted to see every single one of these guys dragged through the streets. I wanted to see them arrested, thrown into jail. I wanted to see the jail. I wanted to see them bickering. I wanted to see them bickering with Norman. That's what I wanted to see. I didn't want to see them just sitting on the ground with their hands in their hair, and then that's it. And in the end, with the Norman part. That part was good. But beyond that, I think they really could have developed that more. The embedded storyline was another one. I think that I wanted to see more with people's reaction. I wanted to see, and of course I understand there's no cameras there, they couldn't see it, but that's what I still wanted to see. I wanted to see the people's reaction when the carrier comes crashing down. I wanted to see the reaction to the Void. Now, granted, there was a camera that was there later on, and that captured some of this, but I just wish that I saw that. I don't want to. I think that's where you could have had maybe a lost opportunity, maybe. The initiative, I don't care about that. This one here, the new Avengers finale, this is a double-sized issue. I think it could have been doubled, and I only think that it could have been doubled in the sense that I wanted to see the Avengers take him down harder. I wanted to see Wolverine cut him up. I wanted to see Luke Cage punch his face into Play-Doh. That's what I wanted to see. I got some of it, but I didn't get all of it. And that's why I think this could have been developed more. This issue here, the epilogue, it doesn't matter to me. You could have left it the way it is, don't matter. But that's what and I also think that the battle between Thor and Sentry could have been bigger. And I think a return to Captain America would have been a stronger beginning if Captain America was a little bit more involved. Now, I understand that the Void needed to be taken down by Thor, but I think showing Cap lead the way, like he did so many times with the Avengers, that's what it needed. But, understand the lack of page count, you can only do so much. But that's my take on it. Highly recommended. I'm probably going to buy most of the trades when they come out, and I was very satisfied with it, the whole series as a whole regardless. If you have any questions or comments, don't agree with me, doesn't matter. Go ahead, feel free to leave it on the side somewhere. And I'll have some more reviews coming up in the next couple days. So until next time.